Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Everyman Show. I am John Everyman. I do not tell a lie. Well, maybe sometimes I tell a lie. I tell a lot of lies, but not today. Right now, I am John Everyman, and that is the truth. I guarantee it.
You guarantee it. Look, I've been on the show for a long time. I've got to see the duality of this man, right? And, he could be a liar.
Wait a minute. Someone just questioned me the other day if I'm even real.
If you're real?
I've been asked this whole season if I'm a hologram, if I'm real. Like, am I even a part of this podcast? Am I even in the show?
So you can see it in your stomach. It's growing and devouring who the actual...
As you can see, there's evidence. This is what happens when you vape, people.
Nah, that's what happens when you do
These are these truth commercials right here. This is the problem.
This is your
You
brain.
stain the shit out of your shirt. It's fucking horrible because it's oil, man. Like,
Yeah, sure.
who gets oil off your shit? It's like a grease stain.
It's
Like,
yogurt home.
That's like CBD or that's
it's the
THC?
regular shit on my shirt right now. I mean, if it was CBD, I could sell it to like someone that might want to get high using the shirt later. But this is a message to you kids. Don't vape. This shirt says it right now. It looks like R. Kelly came and jizzed on my belly.
Like R. Kelly jizz on your belly?
Probably. Nah, I'm not his type.
Probably
I'm
piss,
too old.
maybe
You
piss.
probably piss first.
Yeah, or
piss
maybe
first.
Kevin Spacey.
Oh, so for how much money would you let R. Kelly shit on your chest?
How much money?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely, like at least minimum $1 million. Like
$1 million for...
Yeah, like $1 million, cause I could wipe the shit off my chest.
Alright, going for it.
It's fine. Don't even attempt. Don't worry about what's going on over here. This is always a dysfunctionality. Sitting with me, man. I mean, it's a light crew, but not really. It's like it's the crew, and it's like the real OG crew. It's the original shit in here. That guy sitting here, Mateo, man. And you know something was wrong. I knew when you called to say you were coming on the show. I said I did something wrong. Like, is this kid dying or something?
No,
like,
I'm back from the dead, man.
yeah, that's what it is.
The fucking...
I'm trying to understand something. Are those like chef pants?
No, man, don't fucking disrespect my culture. These are Ecuadorian, indigenous people pants. My fucking great-grandfathers let me do.
Oh, okay. But you look like you came out of a chef's kitchen. Like out the job and shit.
Yeah, I just had, man, so I got the fucking Delta variant.
So I was gonna ask, okay, so you wanted to get into that.
I don't want to get into that, but just I wouldn't recommend it. If you're unvaccinated, stay unvaccinated.
In one word, describe your experience with the virus.
Just fucking had a fever and a headache.
Shitty. Ladies and gentlemen, enough of that banter, our witty banter on this show that goes down every time. Sitting with us, man, we got a guest in here that I'm excited about today, man. This guy is someone that, and mind you, we've been in this industry for a long time, and I feel like I know a lot of people, but I don't at the same time and shit. But this next guest is one of those that I feel like I haven't had a chance to meet out here in the industry, but I see him plenty enough on my Instagram stories. My man, since the first day I found you, and I can only remember you via Instagram, you were the most fascinating man I had came to see on there. There's a lot of like interesting people to see on Instagram. There's always some good follows, but yours was like, hey, that looks like a guy I need to follow for a while. And man, after a while, I kept checking your stuff. I said, man, one of these days, man, I gotta bring this guy in the studio and we gotta meet because this guy has got such an interesting vibe, you know what I mean? And you got the whole mask and the whole thing. I was like, this dude needs to come on ASAP. Now, I must warn you that you're not our first mask wearer on the show. Okay, yeah, okay, we're gonna get into that in a second. But guys, sitting with us today is an artist, an entertainment performer, better put, because I don't know how to label people anymore. So an entertainment performer.
You mean an entertainer?
An entertainer performer.
Because you could be either.
Yeah, you might entertain, you might be a performer. I don't know what you do. You know what I mean? I gotta use all the words now. I don't know which one is which. You grab whichever word you like and let me know that's the one you want to stick with.
I was at work and I was talking to a person, and
You wear the mask at work?
huh?
You wear the mask at work?
No.
Don't you wish?
And they wanted to be identified as they.
They.
As they.
That's one of those binary people and
Yeah.
shit.
Oh,
One of those.
like-
Doot, 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 doot.
Non-binary, bro.
Huh? Non-binary?
That's non-binary. Okay.
Okay, so there's more than one category to it. So there's a binary and a non-binary.
I think binary is just regular, and then non-binary.
I don't know how.
I
Really?
don't know. And maybe people don't even want to be called regular no more. People are like, I'm actually,
You're,
I'm special.
you're just something. You're a being. You're a beam of light.
I'm a triceratops.
For real, whatever you want, man. Hey, listen, it's accessible
But
now.
it'd be cool if it's just in different places. Like, if at work, I could be Spider-Man,
Right. That'll be dope.
and then I go home and I'm Thanos.
You know what? That is pretty cool. If you could change it, you know what I mean? What do you think? What do you think would be my classification? What would I identify as?
Like an armadillo, like you're the world's fattest armadillo.
I would think so. That was
I was
nice.
going like more mutant.
More mutant? That's fine. I mean, I feel like I'm some sort of a mutated version of a human. I think I like that one. I'll probably stick with yours. But our next guest, man, like I said, he's a performer, and I want to say your name, so it's one of these type of guests you got to sound out the name type of shit. So you let me know when I'm off, okay? But sitting here with us, it's Emyhr Rhymes.
Yeah, Emyhr, you're there.
Emyhr.
Yeah,
Emyhr.
got it.
Okay, that is how stupid I am.
It's
That-
just the word rhyme is just spelled backwards.
right. So you spell it Emyhr.
Yeah, it's just literally the word rhyme, and it's backwards.
Okay, you fucked with my head right now. I did not pick up on that. What a fucking idiot am I? I just looked at it. Okay, so Emyhr Rhymes.
Yeah.
Okay, which is rhyme backwards. That is pretty cool, people. I'm such a
it's
fucking
like
idiot.
race car.
Yeah, that's kind of, you know what? I did not pick up on
Emyhr
that shit.
Rhymes.
Yeah, Emyhr Rhymes. All right, so yes, ladies and gentlemen, we got Emyhr Rhymes in the building, man. Thank you so much for coming on to our show.
Thank you for the invite.
Like, where are you from?
My parents, well, my mom is Cuban.
Oh, shit.
My dad is black from New York, and I was raised over here in Miami. I came to Broward like in the 4th grade, and I've been in Broward ever since. But
Okay, so you were born here in Miami, but you moved up to Broward.
yeah, in the 4th grade.
Okay, so you're pretty much on 954 a little bit there. It's not a problem. What area in Broward?
Hollywood.
Hollywood, damn. Wait, the east side or the west side of Hollywood?
Like it's really close. I'm not too good with directions.
Is it closer to the beach?
It's closer to like Davie area.
Okay, you're in a nice area of Hollywood.
Well, no, I wouldn't say all that.
It's still South Florida, and I think if you've been in any neighborhood in South Florida long enough, you're gonna find the trouble there.
Yo, let me tell you, man, I've done a couple, about weed a couple times up in Hollywood. That's all I'm gonna say. I had a,
But
It's abundant up there.
that's how South Florida you are, where I know like, some stuff that from Hollywood, from Miramar, from Kendall, I'm like, what, East or West?
right.
Even Hialeah. Hialeah is an important one.
You
know
gotta
East Hialeah
ask.
or not?
Yeah, you just gotta differentiate which is the east and west
I'm
side.
far from the beach.
Okay, okay, you're in that special side of Hollywood. You know what? I don't think we've had a lot of representation from Hollywood
I
up
think we
here.
only had one or two other guests from Hollywood.
You know what? I want to say yes, but not too many, man. He's
Yeah.
right. It's probably like maybe one before. But why don't you? Huh?
Dade Central.
There was
Man,
one-
I know you've definitely been in Miami a lot. You
Yeah,
were
for
born
sure.
there too. Which area do you feel more at home in? Just the whole thing?
I mean, I'm cool anywhere. I got a little story. So, my daughter, when she was first born, her babysitter was over there by Pork and Bean Projects. So I had to go to the corner store, and I was with my sister, and my sister was like, "Why are you coming out? Why are you getting here? Why are you going to this corner store?" And I'm like, "It's just a corner store." It's like, "They shoot the first 48 here." And it's like, so.
Don't you know this is the place where they film all the first 48 shows?
And I'm like, so, like, I'm not messing with nobody. I'm like, I'm cool. I feel good. Like,
You feel?
Because it's probably not the wrong time. You know, unless you're somewhere at the wrong time. I'm not going to that corner store at 10 o'clock at night because that's when fucking...
Yeah, if you go like at like maybe 11 a.m., 1 o'clock in the afternoon, in any hood in America, the thugs are sleeping. They got sleep hours. You feel me? That's their sleep time.
The crackheads are up, but those are the productive crackheads. You know?
Right, those are the ones that are, they're recycling cans to get the crack later tonight. You're right. So, if you were there in safety hours, that's fine. But if you go like at night and shit, it's kind of sound like the scenes from the fucking Purge and shit. They just don't have an alarm sounding off, but at 8 o'clock, lock all doors.
But definitely you feel more safer like in Broward, because, I don't know, Broward just,
You feel a little more at home in Broward.
yeah, because that's, like, I actually not roam the streets, but I'm actually, like, I know the people in the neighborhood. I have friends of, like, all different kinds of, like...
All classes,
Yeah.
in a sense.
So I know somebody who has a business, and then I know somebody who's game banging, and I know somebody who has...
Right. So you could go get a good deal and go find a CPA, and at the same time you could find someone that was probably roped up by the DEA, and that was okay. Yeah, no, there's spectrums.
It's just about minding your business and not trying to do too much.
Right.
I just mind my business. I'm in the house writing all day anyway.
But what was your experience for you? You say you feel at home, but like, what was your life like growing up in Hollywood? Was it tough for you? Was it?
I mean, yes, but also, what are your hip hop memories growing up in Hollywood?
I don't have none.
You don't have none?
I don't have any. And the reason why, well, let me answer the first question. So what was it? It was
Growing up, what was it like for you up there in Hollywood?
I was inside the house. Like, my peoples are very religious. So it was like, I didn't really get to listen to hip hop till I got to like the 9th grade. So like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I had to, when I found out it was something I wanted to do, I literally had to like go back. Because I remember they were having a conversation and they were like going back and forth about LL Cool J versus Cannabis. And my only introduction to LL Cool J at that time was that song he had with J-Lo.
I don't know why. Yeah, you know which one I was thinking for some reason? The one with Ja Rule.
Yeah, because that's what this is that style. For a while, LL just made songs of R&B singers.
And that was around the time he was making that movie Blue Shark or something, Blue Streak or something.
With the shark.
Deep Blue.
Deep Blue. So I didn't know. I just thought that was him, and I was like, really him? And everybody started laughing at me, like, what are you talking about? And then I was like, so who's Cannabis? And everybody was like, so then I just went,
probably would have passed out too.
and I started like doing all my research and stuff like that. So like, I really don't have any like hip hop memories. There was a lot of Spanish music and.
Okay, because you said your mom is Cuban and stuff, so you got a lot of influence. What type of music did you hear growing up Spanish? Was it Celia Cruz? Your mom must have.
Cruz, a lot of bachata. Back in the days, Son 95 used to do fucking like a bachata hour, like on Sundays.
Okay.
So you know, so bachata, merengue, all that.
So you grew up like definitely entrenched in the Spanish culture, huh? Mom's fed you on it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they didn't let me listen to
no rap, no Biggie.
What's the road from there to rapping for you?
I always wanted to write though. That was my thing. Like, y'all remember FCAT?
FCAT.
Well, you would get 5s on your essays?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if that was a rapper or the actual FCAT.
No, FCAT, like the highest is the 6.
Yeah.
So I would get like a 5, 5.5.
Damn.
And like, I always wanted to write. Like, I went, the middle school I went to was Addicts for like journalism. Like, if I didn't do rap, I'd probably be like at somebody's newspaper or something.
Really?
Like, I always just wanted to write.
So you were like somewhat of a creative writer, is what you're saying?
Yeah,
A creative writer.
I just always wanted to write. Like, I was on the yearbook, I was on the journalism, I was on the newspaper, I was like, anything that had to do with writing.
Do you do any writing outside of music now?
Not anymore, no. Because it's boring. It's boring to me without a beat now.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Listen, maybe you could write an op-ed behind some dope beats and be like, yes, today's Delta versus COVID-19.
Like-
Is it really an STD?
Like the last essay I did, like in high school, I made it all rhyme.
Really?
Like I made it all rhyme.
Did they pick up on it?
And I got a 5.5. Yeah.
That is phenomenal. He figured out how to get a 5.5 using rhyme and grime.
I would write jokes, I would write dumbass stories. They're in Tallahassee reading fucking 4th graders writing all day.
Yeah.
It's fucking pathetic. And then they get something with a little pizzazz, with a little fucking character, with a little fucking...
That's pretty much it.
That's it.
What is with this education system, people? The fuck is going
As long as your
on?
grammar
They are
is
fooling you. Do you not hear it? They are fucking with you.
As long as your grammar is not crazy,
No,
like
as long as you write properly and you write, because it's more like if you can communicate with precision, you're succeeding at English because it's a real open-ended language where you can communicate exactly. In Spanish, a lot of shit is open to interpretation.
yeah, true.
It is, right? I mean, I mean, you say the word negro in Spanish and it's different, you know what I mean? It doesn't carry the same way as you say it in English, you know what I mean?
That's for sure.
Spanish has a lot of room for passive aggressiveness.
It does, man.
Really
It does.
It
Like,
really does.
you can say pendejo.
You could cuss your whole sentence.
Yeah, like you can use a form of insults the entire conversation, but like, dímelo pendejo, que
that's
volá, and you're like, what?
Man,
Hey.
English has 20 curse words. Spanish has 600.
That's very true.
I remember I heard a Spanish word one time, and it was my introduction to like Nicaraguans and Central America in general, the culture.
That's where my stepdad's from.
Yeah. Well, they use a different language, so I'm sure your mom and your stepdad, their dialect is completely different in Spanish sometimes when they want to use their slang words. And I remember being a kid, man, and I had a school friend. He was Nicaraguan, didn't know them that well, and he had taught me the word bicho.
Oh yeah, that's not a good
So
word.
bicho, right, that's not the word. And listen, people, if you don't understand Spanish, the word bicho has almost like a double meaning, depends the culture you're standing with.
So in one of my parents' culture, it's bug.
Right, which is for us, for me as a Cuban, it's bug, right.
In Puerto Rico and in Nicaragua, it's your dick.
In Puerto Rico too, it's dick. Why I didn't know
Me
that.
mamo al bicho.
Really?
Pero yo no tengo bicho, yo tengo iguana.
All right, there you go. For those who understood that in Spanish, I am not translating that shit in English for this guy. So, but yeah, I learned the word bicho, and I thought it was bug for me. You know, I'm using the Cuban understanding of it. I go to see my grandmother out of all of them. I should have did this with my mom. Did it with my grandmother, who's more old school than she is. And I remember asking my grandma, I said, hey, you know, someone said something, what does bicho mean? And like, she almost slapped the shit out of me. I was like, hey, I just wanted to know. I wasn't trying to say it to you. I didn't know it was a bad word right now, but I learned that day when I got in trouble and shit. I went back to school. I said, man, fuck you and that word. I ain't using that shit again, but I never forgot it, bro. But yeah, I mean, these words always have some strange meanings. Back here to the conversation. I feel like we always do this, man. We go off the rails.
You got a light?
No, only in my heart. If you need to go find one, man, do what you got to do. Just, you know, if you walk around with the fucking, with the lapel mic asking people for lighters and shit, that might be fun if you want to go out there. We'll hear it while we do the interview. Be like, hey, man.
There's a guy out there, he was trying to sell me cake mix.
He's trying to sell me a Bluetooth speaker.
See if he can sell you a lighter. It's something you actually need, not a Bluetooth speaker.
I'll be all right.
He had cake mix, he had a little glass elephant.
You know, I wish we did. I know if I told you to dig around, you'd be there all day. But so if you find it, you'll find it. Just keep wishing for it; it'll come. So you always wanted to be a writer. You know what I mean? Did the passion for writing? Well, I'm assuming the passion for writing automatically came with hip hop. You know, you just wanted to transfer
I wasn't
that.
listening to hip hop yet.
Well, when you were first exposed to it, when you said you were listening to that
All
mixtape.
this kind of stuff, even before getting into hip hop, right?
Yeah,
In
even
middle
before, yeah.
But when you first heard this mixtape CD, and I'm guessing this is where you got inspired in that moment that you wanted to be involved in hip hop or something like it?
Yeah, well, yeah, pretty much. Because in what grade was that?
You were saying ninth grade.
Yeah, but in like the third grade, like I had a music teacher, and I think it was the fourth grade, and she made us do a rap, and somebody said, we're not supposed to write rap music, we're supposed to listen to it, and like that always like was something that was on my mind, but it was like, I don't think that's how it works, because then I started thinking, I'm like, well, where do the rappers learn to write it from?
That's what
and
I'm
stuff like
saying.
that?
That's not a good sentence. That student there was failing that class hard. Comprehension was not their strength.
Stuck. So then, like, when I heard, like, Cassidy was the one that stuck out, because he had, like, punchlines after punchlines after punchline. I didn't know you could do that. So,
Right. With the metaphors and the punchlines.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So I was like, I got, like, more, like, interested, and I was like, okay, so I want to do that.
So you kind of knew that early on then, that you knew you wanted to get involved in hip hop.
Maybe.
Not to
but I
get
wasn't
too
sure.
ahead, but how far from then did you drop a song or a project or something to show people?
11th grade, I did a project for fun. like I had like homies that were actually like rapping and it was something they wanted to do. And they was like, "You rap?" And I was like, "What gave you that impression?" And they was like, "Oh, we see you with your notebook," because I was always writing. And I was like, "Come spit something." And I was like, "Okay." So like I went with them and I wrote and I recorded for like the first time. I did like 3-4 songs.
You did it with these guys that invited you.
Yeah. And
You went into like a little studio booth and shit,
it was,
or
like, horrible. It was like the Xbox mic and.
were you inside a bathroom at least? Come on, man. Any real producer that wants to do like a good little studio room, you go inside the bathroom, the acoustics
like
hold better.
It was like in a little closet with like one of those like silver mics. It was like really terrible. It was bad. It was bad.
But that's everyone's introduction to hip hop when you want to be a rhymer. You don't. Very rare would you end up in a big overpaid budget studio. You're gonna end up inside a closet.
I started at Gas, man, ghetto ass studio.
You were inside a studio?
When I started rapping, man, we called the studio Gas, because it was just whatever we could rig in the homies' fucking garage.
See, like I remember my first experience inside a booth. I had to do, it was the closet. I had the experience of the closet too, but the guy was a little more advanced, so he had it all set up.
He had a board, but it was
and he had the paddings inside the closet, so when we went in there, the acoustics were fucking clean. That was a horrible experience. That first time, that guy wanted to fight me.
The first time I recorded anywhere, it was weird because it would be different homies that were all on. I recorded with a nerd punk rock kid. I recorded with the drug dealers from my school.
So you had the cream of the crop around you. Nothing but inspiration for hip hop in a sense.
Man, I performed at a strip club with my boy that does reggaeton when we were 16 because the manager of the strip club wanted to manage us.
Oh wow!
And it was in the afternoon, so it was just all truck drivers in there.
He was fucking building a truck fan base. Man, so wait a minute. So you're in this booth, man. What was your experience like? Were you caught, like you were like, wow, I'm hearing myself on the, take us back to your first moment. What did it feel like for you? Did you feel like you belonged? Like,
you're nonchalant, bro. I feel like if you weren't even fazed by it.
No, it was just really weird because it was like to actually hear myself and like actually like put it on, I guess, wax. But I didn't really feel like anything like, oh my God, like I'm doing it. It was just like, what does like good sound like? Like if this sounds like this, like I know this sounds bad. Like I know there's like what I hear from like CDs and what I hear like on the radio, like it's way different than this. So I know like there's better. But how do I get there? Like my mind just started going like.
You started quickly, just start thinking out, you know, like what's there's more to this.
There's more to this.
But that's, I mean, you're a smart guy, so I think that contributed that. But you couldn't just accept what you were making. You were like, there's things that are so much better than this. Yeah. I have to get there.
And plus, I knew like my limitations. Like at that time, I was trash, like stupid trash. So I was like, I know like I would have to get better anyways. Like I'm not gonna get signed from this like skill point. Yeah. So like I knew like I wanted to get better.
So you quickly started working on your craft at that point?
Mm-hmm. I started doing my research. I started looking at rappers, Cassidy, and then I started looking at Biggie, and then I just started looking at all kinds of like different rappers and trying to study. Like that's when I started studying. Like, okay, how are they putting words together? How are they flowing? Like, how are they doing this? And I just started going more into the craft of it.
So your inspirations, what you're saying, were behind with Cassidy and Biggie and guys like that. That's where you would be able to kind of get your inspiration from and your concepts a little bit.
And then like asking questions, because it's like there's so many rappers, you know. So it's like, who is influential? Who is important? Who has done this? Who has done that? Like, why are they held to this standard? Why this? Why that? So then I started finding out Big L, and I started finding out
that's classic right there.
All these other like New York rappers and stuff like that. So
Emyhr, Emyhr, I'm sorry. I don't know why I like Emyhr. It sounded so much nicer. Emyhr.
At work, bro.
What's fun about this is that I had it right the entire time, and it's just only till the end that I like to fuck things up. Emyhr, man, I wish you would have had that freestyle. Shit was sick. I don't want to put you back through it, but listen, you said you just had a project out right now that you got streaming. Talk about that project real quick.
Mid-90s.
Mid-90s, right.
Mid-90s, just give me 1,000 more streams for 100.
Right.
But it's pretty much...
Wait, you mean 100 more streams for 1,000?
I think he's 1,000 short for the 100,000.
I have 99,000. Right
so you have 9,900 or 99,000.
99,000.
So you about to get 100,000.
Yeah.
Oh, let's get this man to 100,000.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we just need 1,000 people, which is exactly what this show has as fans. You're in luck. We have exactly 1,000 fans. We don't have 999 or 1,001. It's exactly 1,000. That's exactly where we're at right now. It took us 5 years to get there, but we're there. We're finally there.
And the boost.
Yeah.
I felt like 100, we could have done it easy. That's why I had the enthusiasm. 1,000.
1,000. Listen.
We can do it, but we got to push.
Yeah, just give us like a few more years. We'll help you get the 1,000. Just a few more years. We're at 5.
Advertise for this till we get you to that 1,000.
Woo! You don't even know.
It'll be 25 at a time.
Yeah, he's got it. He's got it on point. Hey, listen. So where can people kind of go find this album?
It's everywhere. It's you can just type it in what they call the DSPs. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple Music.
It's on if you got Tidal. You give them some extra pennies.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
If you got Spotify, it's cheap, but they make good playlists.
They do.
I went to sleep listening to lullabies, so now I got a lullabies playlist.
So long as you didn't go to sleep to Baby Shark.
Nah, it was they got Kanye on Baby Lullabies. It's amazing.
I bought one for my daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah?
They even got Wu-Tang.
They had the whole graduation album, but
Really?
in lullaby form.
That'll be crazy. Doom, 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 doom. I'm in love with you. Is the way
No
you
lyrics.
do. Really?
Yeah, I was going to sleep to that shit.
Oh,
Just
shit.
lullaby. Just lullaby.
Really? Hey, man, maybe I should buy the Metallica version of this shit. Play it for my little baby
They
niece.
have
Be
it.
like, check this out, baby. Go to sleep.
You got a baby?
No, I don't. But I said my baby niece. Just give it to my little niece so she can go to
But
sleep.
as a rapper, would I be able to do that? Because Kanye makes his beats, unless I have exclusive rights, right?
I mean, they got to do some kind of deal where, I can imagine Kanye owns a lot of the publishing on the lullabies.
My friend, where can people follow you? Where can people check out this music? I know you said Spotify and all the outlets, but do you have a website in particular, stuff like that? Why don't you share some of that information?
You can just follow me on Instagram. Instagram is like the one I'm on the most.
Spell that out, because I know, again, no one knows it's really Emyhr. Trust me, it takes a while to understand that.
It's
so,
Ryan backwards. You think people are smart?
Right.
You think backwards?
yeah, for us unintelligent people, like the, you know.
Y
Uh-huh.
H-R.
Yes, there
Hey,
you go.
your college education's paid off, man. It really did.
What? For how slow that's like a fucking DUI test. Spell right.
Spell rhyme backwards. You imagine he gets pulled over? You've asked the right guy. So it's Emyhr, M-E-Y-H-R _, right? Rhymes, which is R-H-Y-M-E. No S at the end, right?
It's a S.
There's Emyhr Rhymes, okay, with the S. None of that cool hip hop shit with the Z. It's with the S.
With the S.
Everyman backwards is Namierbe.
Don't fuck me up right now.
Namierbe.
I'm just gonna do, when they do post editing, we'll just do everything inverted. So that way we all look backwards in here. Cool. Do you have a website or is it just social media right now for you?
Social media right now.
It's just, and if they go into your profile, can they check the music, hit the links to get the music?
I have like a link tree, so just boom and everything pops up.
Okay,
Yeah, follow this man.
cool. Listen,
Yeah,
I know we lost,
plays.
huh?
1 million plays. I gotta put the pinky by my lip like the fucking
Hopefully one day.
1 million Spotify plays.
Don't worry about it. This show's good for it, man. We'll get you there. Emyhr, don't worry about it. I'll call you both until I decide to walk out of this place. Emyhr, if you don't, huh?
You're not the Everyman now, dog.
Right. Everything's starting to sound like gibberish to me right now. I know this show's coming to an end. Emyhr, I'd like to find another song to help you close out. If you could help us close out the show. Number one, before you do, did you have a good time on the show?
Very. I actually wanted to come on the show.
Really?
It was on my bucket list.
What? Listen, man. Mateo has the same feeling, but backwards. He's always trying to find the bucket list to get off this show. He came today, but that's it.
Sad.
If you hope you know.
Podcast backwards is sad dope.
Well, then that's why this podcast happened. Make sure you like and subscribe to Everyman Podcast Show. Follow us on social media at everymanpodcastshow.com or everything Everyman Podcast Show. Again, thank you to Emyhr Rhymes, you the man, homie. Thank you to the crew that's not here behind the boards right now that's been helping the struggle. And Sam,
Come to my Tai Chi class.
right, go to this Tai Chi class. And remember, right before we switch and fuck anything else up here, play us away, my friend. We'll see you on the next episode.
Yo, I'm throwing out logic, subbing for conscious. Turn up a few notches, spitting head nauseous. Toxic concoctions, I made for good caution. Put me in boxes, Jack can have options. When I rose, couldn't doctor, put the hospital in hospice. Blacking out, told me slow it down. Traffic lights create darkness. When in the air, I'm bidding auctions. People change the.
Oh, they said they ain't cutting the lights off. Okay, I was just making
You
sure.
don't pay me enough.
Yeah, the sound guy says it's over. Fuck you. I don't even care if I got nothing to do with the electricity. I'm just out of here.